and unconventional foodie destination. Do you love fall? Do you love pumpkins? Do you think that fall and pumpkins go together? Well, if you do, then this is the show for you. We're going to have a fabulously delicious recipe on today's show, and obviously it's going to include pumpkin. So if you love pumpkin, then stay tuned, and if you know anybody else that likes pumpkin and fall, then make sure you share this video out for them so they can get this delicious recipe as well. So as you are hopping on, make sure you say hello, let me know where you're coming in from, and if you are new to my show, please make sure you type new in the comments so I can give you a special shout out. And if you share this video out, make sure you put shared in the comments so I can give you a super special shout out as well. Hey, Ellen, welcome into the show today. So, in case we have not yet met, my name is Colette Wideck. I am a certified integrative nutrition health coach, and I'm super passionate about helping women who are struggling to control their blood sugar, lower their cholesterol, and release the weight. So, this recipe, I'm so excited about it. We're not going to have enough time to cook it fully on the show today, but I did make some yesterday, and I took them to work with me, and the doctor loved them. So they are doctor approved. Oh, awesome, Ellen. Thank you so much for sharing, sweet girl. Okay, so I'm also going to give you a couple of tips on how to control your sugar intake, because, you know, let's face it, we all love dessert, but we all know that we have to, you know, really watch what we're doing. So here is tip number one. We're going to start off the show with a tip. Tip number one is, instead of making a cake or making like a banana bread or a pumpkin bread or, you know, something else like that that has pretty high calories and is so delicious, let's, you know, face it, we just can't have just one piece, right? So instead of doing that and making it difficult for us to say no, let's make muffins or cupcakes, if you want to call them that. And that way they are single-sized portions, so you can leave one or two out and freeze the rest. That way you are not tempted to get off of track. How awesome is that? So if you like that tip, put a number 1 in the comments for me, because then I'll have to try to come up with some other ones too. All right, so let's get started. Down here on my board, you can see what we're going to do is we're going to mix the wet ingredients first. So here I have 2 eggs, and that's pretty easy, right? I'm just going to give this a little bit of a stir here. And I've got 1 can of pumpkin. This is regular, normal pumpkin that you get at the store. This is not spiced, so make sure you get just plain pumpkin puree. I would get organic if you can, but if not, hey, whatever. So we got 1 can of pumpkin here. And after we get this put together, well, I guess as we're going along, we're going to talk about why pumpkin. Turns out pumpkin has a whole lot of really good stuff for you, so we'll talk about that a little bit. So here's just 1 can of pumpkin. So how awesome is it that we're using the whole can so there is no leftovers? That's the other problem with a lot of pumpkin recipes. You wind up having a lot of leftovers, and we don't want that to happen. So we're just going to whisk this a little, get it nice and smooth. To that, I'm adding half a cup of coconut sugar. If you know me, then you know that there are 5 acceptable sugars: raw local honey, coconut sugar, dates, stevia, and pure maple syrup. So you could actually use pure maple syrup in this recipe as well instead of the coconut sugar. If you did that, then you would probably be able to eliminate, because we're going to add a little bit of milk to this to make it a little, to help the consistency a little. So if you use a liquid sweetener like pure maple syrup, I would say eliminate the milk. Okay, so to that, we're going to add, this is a half a cup of Greek yogurt. And this is going to give it some nice moistness. Plus, it also provides protein and some other super good stuff for us. So we're going to just mix this up. Got the yogurt in there. And then we're going to put in here, this is a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Don't need to use a whole lot because we got a lot of moisture going on with the pumpkin and stuff, but we put in a 1/4 cup there of coconut oil that I melted down. And this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. When I made them yesterday, I almost forgot the vanilla. I had to add it last. It was goofy. So I'm going to add just a 1/4 cup of milk. I actually had like a 1/2 cup there. And then I'm going to just see what happens when we add in the dry ingredients. So let me get rid of this. And yeah, make sure Simba gets to lick the spoon. Yeah, he could definitely lick the spoon. That's another thing. Until you add in, like if you wanted to make this, you could make this for your pup. Just don't put in the spices or the chocolate chips for sure. But you could absolutely make this as like a healthy birthday cake or treat for your puppy for sure. Okay, so here's my dry ingredients. And in this bowl here is, I've got 1 cup of spelt flour. Spelt is, it is a gluten flour, so this is not a gluten-free recipe. You could probably use, well, for sure you could use almond flour, or you could use some other gluten-free blend, but I used spelt. Now, spelt is gluten, however, its properties are different than like whole wheat flour. So sometimes people who are not celiac but only have like a little bit of a sensitivity to gluten can tolerate spelt. So in here there's 1 cup of spelt flour, 1/2 cup of almond flour, and I've got cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice, some salt and ginger, and baking powder and baking soda. So that's what's in this bowl, and I whisked it all up so that it wouldn't have any lumps or anything in there. So we're just going to add that to our wet ingredients. And we'll just give it a mix up here and see how it looks. And we'll go from there. Oh man, this smells so good already. All that cinnamon and all the other spicy spices in there. Oh, I love fall. It's like my favorite. Doesn't feel much like fall here yet though. It's been hot and humid and rainy and pretty much gross. So, and I just want all of you who are in the Carolinas and Virginia to know that you are absolutely in my prayers. Please, if you were told to evacuate, please do so and stay safe in the storm that's coming because it's going to be pretty nasty. Okay, so now we're going to talk about a little bit of optional ingredients. Here I have, and I have to munch it up pretty small because my Richie does not like nuts in things. So this is 1/3 cup of walnuts. This is 1/3 cup of pumpkin seeds. And this is 1/3 cup of dark chocolate chips. So yum! And I will tell you also that this recipe is so delicious and so healthy for you that you could actually even use this as like a to-go breakfast item. Like make yourself a protein shake and then take it, you know, take the protein shake and a muffin and off you go to work. So that is another great little tip there. All right, so we just got all that mixed in, and I do not think I need to add any other. So what we're going to do here is, I've already prepared my muffin tin here. This is just a regular size muffin tin, and I put my papers in there, and I lightly sprayed them with coconut oil spray, so that the papers won't stick to the muffins when they get done. And we're just going to load these up. What kind of dark chocolate chips do I use? Enjoy is a really good brand, Ellen. You could absolutely use them. I think actually this brand that I used is probably just Wegmans brand today that I had gotten a while ago. I don't usually cook with too much, you know, sweets with like chocolate chips and stuff, but so they've been in my cabinet for, you know, probably, you know, 6 months or so. All right, so let's just get these loaded up. Oh yeah, there's also baking soda and baking powder in the with the dry ingredients. I don't remember if I had said that. But the full recipe will be up on my website later on today, or definitely by tomorrow. So definitely you can go there. The website, my website is www.holistichappyliving.com. So make sure you go there. I've got a whole bunch of really yummy recipes, not just desserts, but I do have a lot of desserts, because face it, we all love dessert. The trick is doing it in a healthy way, right? So let's talk a little bit about why pumpkin. Remember I said I was going to tell you, as it turns out, pumpkin is super, super good for us. First of all, it is, there are 6 things that are really, really good about pumpkin. 6 really good health benefits. So the first one is that it's great for weight loss. Well, why is that? Well, the reason for that is because pumpkin has a lot of fiber in it. There's actually 7 grams of fiber in every cup of pumpkin. So that's great news. And if you have followed me at all, you know that by my speaking about fiber is that it helps to slow down your digestion, makes you feel fuller quicker, helps to keeps you fuller longer, gives you lots of energy. So there's all kinds of really great benefits to a high fiber diet. So that's one thing, is that pumpkin is pretty high in fiber. Second thing is that it's great for your eyesight, because, you know, the bright orange color means that it has lots of beta carotene, and beta carotene turns into vitamin A in your body, and vitamin A is essential for good eyesight. So instead of just eating carrots that are good for your eyes, now you can have pumpkin. Yay, love that. So number 3 reason is that that same vitamin A also helps to boost your immune system, so you don't get sick as much. That's great news coming into wintertime, to know that eating pumpkin will help us to stay healthy throughout the fall and the winter. Love that too. Okay, I'm just going to stick these right in the oven. And they're going to be in there for about 25 to 35 minutes, depending, you know, on the heat of your oven. Hey, how are you? So, okay, that was number 3 we talked about, was being an immune booster. Number 4 is it gives you younger looking skin. Well, who doesn't want that? My goodness. So, here again, it's the beta carotene that's in the pumpkin that helps to protect your skin from the UV damage from the sun. Awesome. So here is a cool tip. You can even make a mask using pumpkin. So you would just use like a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of raw local honey, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Mix it all up, put it on your face, let it sit for like 20 minutes, then wash it off with warm water. Love it. Okay, so that's number 4, younger skin. Benefit number 5 is that it can help to lower your cancer risk. Like we talked about, vitamin A and the vitamin C, it's also loaded, pumpkin is also loaded with vitamin C. So the vitamin A and the vitamin C help to fight free radicals, which in turn help to keep your body, you know, free from cancer. So that's great. And the tip number 6, the benefit of pumpkin, and this may be of particular interest to a lot of my audience, and that is that pumpkin may help to treat diabetes. How about that? There have been scientific tests that show that pumpkin reduced blood glucose levels, improved glucose tolerance, and increased the amount of insulin that your body produces. All 3 are great things for diabetics. So the article did say that they don't know exactly why that is yet, but it does say that is in the works. They're working on finding that out. And this information that I got came from WebMD. So this is not like a fly-by-night. This is right from WebMD. You can check out the article that has all these 6 benefits of pumpkin at bit.ly/P-WTMK. And I will put a link to that article in the comments after we get done. My Fozzie Bear. He's making his, well, it's not a debut, actually. He's been on TV a lot. A lot he's been on TV. So let me show you here. These I made yesterday because I wanted to show you how awesome are they, right? So let me show you the inside and how moist and crumbly and delicious. And you can see as I'm peeling the paper off that they are still, they're like pretty moist and delicious. So here goes. You can see like how delicious, moist, crumbly, super yum they are. So, yeah. So who's gonna make these? So I promise I will have this recipe up for you by tomorrow. I'm gonna have to write like a little bit of, you know, little bit of an article for it, and I gotta, you know, put the pictures and stuff on it that I took yesterday. So, yeah, thanks, Ellen. Yeah, they are beautiful, and they are so delicious as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you're gonna make it. Please let me know if you're gonna make it, and I would love it if you would go get the recipe from my website, which is www.holistichappyliving.com. And after you've tried the recipe, I'd love it if you'd go in and give me a rating on the recipe. That would be awesome. Hey, Mary Jane, welcome in, girl. So I hope you're having a great Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned. I hope those of you who are in the path of the hurricane that you please stay safe, evacuate if you are told to, but stay safe. Know you are all in my prayers. And I will see you right back here next Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, here's to your health. Bye-bye.